Today I am discussing about the second part of the insulators, and this lesson is designed with the voltage distribution of suspension type insulators, string efficiency, etc. Now the voltage distribution in suspension type insulators are explained with the help of this equivalent circuit diagram. In this circuit diagram, these two lines indicates the earth point or ground point. This is the cross arm, which is the metal part. Insulator is placed with the cross arm, and this is the tower over which the cross arm insulators and the transmission wires are placed. And there are different number of capacitors here. Some capacitors are in vertical position, and some capacitors are in horizontal position. So the C dash, the capacitors C dash is called the mutual capacitance, and the capacitance C is called the shunt capacitance or ground capacitance, because this capacitance is directly connected with the ground. And this is the conductor point, and this is the crosser. So potential is distributed between 2 points. This conductor is generally the current carrying conductor, so this is the higher potential, and this point is this point is connected with the cross arm and tower and ground, so this is the lower potential. So voltage across the whole string is like this, so denoted by V. And here from the above figure shows the suspension type insulators, and here the voltage across each disc, and each insulator C dash indicates a disc insulator. Each capacitance C dash indicates a disc insulator. So this is a disc insulator, disc insulator, disc insulator, and disc insulator. So here are 4 number of disc insulators, and each insulators are connected with the line support and the tower. So in suspension type insulator, each disc forms a capacitance in between the 2 pins of the each capacitors, usually called the mutual capacitors. Has been taken to same for simplicity. Practically some difference may be present, but we can consider the value of mutual capacitance all are equals. Let the mutual capacitance is denoted by C dash, and also another set of capacitance are developed between mutual fitting or the pin and the tower body, which is at the earth point. These capacitance are equal and have been shown in the figure C. So this is C, which is called the shunt capacitance or ground capacitance. Now the ratio between the mutual capacitance to the ground capacitance is denoted by small m. Therefore the ratio of mutual capacitance to the ground capacitance is that means C dash by C equals to m, or C dash equals to MC. This is a vital equation. Let at any instant the potential at high voltage conductor is positive and equal to the voltage V. The potential distribution across the disc and the polarity of the charge distributions are shown in the above figures. That means if we can see the equivalent circuit diagram, so this is the higher potential and this is the extremely higher potential, because that is the conductor where the current is passing, and this point is connected with the ground, so that is the extremely lower potential. So if we compare in between 2 points like this point and point 3, then that is this point is more higher than this point. Potential of this point is more higher than this point. So in this capacitance, this terminal is plus and this terminal is minus. In case of this capacitance, this point is potential of this point is more positive than this point. So this is the higher potential and this is the lower potential in this diagram. And in case of this capacitor, this point is more positive than this point, so that is higher and that is lower. Similarly, in case of the topmost capacitance, the lower point is the positive and upper point is the negative, because this point is connected with the ground return. So in this diagram, this line is the grounded portion, that is the tower metal body. So this portion of all capacitors are negative, which are near to the tower, and the capacity and this the right side of the capacitors are positive, like this and this. Now let at any instant the potential at high voltage conductor is positive equals to the voltage V. The potential distribution across the disk, the polarity of the charge distributions are shown in the figure, which I already discussed. According to the figure, V, the overall voltage V is the combination of V1 plus V2 plus V3 plus V4. That means V is the total overall potential distribution of suspension type insulator, which is the combination of V1 plus V2 plus V3 plus V4. V1, V2, V3, V4 are individual voltage across each capacitors. Now, net charge at node 1, 2 and 3 will be 0 as these nodes are not connected with the supply source. Then the amount of charge entering node 1 will flow to the ground through the shunt capacitance and mutual capacitance connected to the node 1. The charge that leaves the mutual capacitors just below the node 1 will be entering the node 1. The charge enter node 1 equals to MCV2. So therefore MCV2 equals to CV1 plus MCV1, that is equation number 1. Now from node 2 MCV3 that is node 2. In this node we here the MCV3 equals to MCV2 plus C into V1 plus V2, that is equation number 2. From node 3, therefore MCV4 equals to MCV3 plus C V1 plus V2 plus V3. So 1V is added with each lines. From equation 1, that means first equation, it may be written as V2 equals to V1 plus V1 by M, and this equation is called the equation number 4 here. And from equation 2, like from this equation, it may be written as V3 equals to V2 plus V1 plus V2 divided by M, and that is equation number 5. And from equation number 3, it may be written V4 equals to V3 plus V1 plus V2 plus V3 divided by M, that is equation number 6. Now from equation 1, 2 and 3, it is clear that V4 greater than V3 greater than V2 greater than V1 because in V is added with the successive next stages. That means if we move towards the conductor, the potential across the disk is increased. There will be the maximum potential at the disk connected to the high voltage terminals. The minimum potential will be across the disk connected to the crossarm, because we already know that the crossarm is directly connected with the ground point, and the above relations is also valid for the RMS value as the satisfactory instantaneous voltage distribution. Let us now expressed V2, V3, V4 in figure in terms of V1. From equation 1, V2 equals to V1 into 1 plus 1 by M. From equation 2, we can consider that V3 equals to V1 into under bracket 1 plus 3 by M plus 1 by M square bracket closed. Similarly for V4, 1 plus 6 by M plus 5 by M square plus 1 by M cube into V1, and V5 equals to 1 plus 10 by M plus 15 by M square plus 7 by M cube plus 1 by M to the power 4 into V1. Now a simple problem. Calculate the maximum voltage. Calculate the maximum voltage that the string of suspension insulators shown in the figure can withstand if the maximum voltage per unit not cross 17.5 kV. So this is the circuit diagram, and this part is the cross arm and this part is the tower, which then this portion is the grounded portion. There are two types of capacitor. We already know that There is shunt capacitor or ground capacitor and mutual capacitor. These capacitors are, these vertical capacitance are mutual capacitance, and the horizontal capacitance are ground capacitance. Here two voltages, that is V1, V2 and V3. The topmost capacitance voltage is V1 and the middle one is the V2, and the voltage which is connected with the conductor is the V3, and the value of mutual capacitance here is 8C, and the shunt or ground capacitance are denoted by C. Now the solution. In above problem, we already know that M equals to mutual capacitance by ground capacitance. So 8C by C, that is 8. So the value of M is equals to 8. Therefore, V2 equals to 1. We know the formula is that V2 equals to 1 plus 1 by M into V1. So here V2 equals to 1 plus 1 by 8 into V1, and the result is 1.125 V1. In case of V3, we know that here V3 equals to 1 plus 3 by 8 plus 1 by 64 into V1. So the solution is 1.39 V1. Now the value of V2 is 1.125 V1 and value of V3 is 1.39 V1. So according to the problem, 1.39 V1 equals to 17.5 kV, because we know that the 17.5 kV is the maximum voltage. Therefore, V1 equals to 12.58 kV and V2 equals to 1.125 V1. So the answer is 14.15 kV, and similarly V3 equals to 17.5 kV. Therefore, V equals to V1 plus V2 plus V3, and that is equals to 44.23 kV. But the transmission voltage is root 3 V, that is 76.6 kV. Now the string efficiency. What is string efficiency? String efficiency of a suspension type insulator is measured the non-uniformity of voltage distribution across the insulators. The more the string efficiency, the more will be the uniform potential across the disk of the suspension type insulators. So string efficiency is defined that the efficiency equals to voltage across the whole string divided by number of disks into voltage across the disk nearest to the conductor, and that is similar to the voltage across the whole string divided by number of disks into the voltage across the any disk, and that is also equals to the flashover voltage across the whole string divided by number of disks into flashover voltage of a single disk. So that is the string efficiency. By the help of string efficiency, we can consider the uniformity of the voltage distribution of a suspension type insulators. Now the method of improving string efficiency. There are different types of method to improve the string efficiency. The methods are that by using the large crosser, by grading the insulators, by guarding the insulators, and by using guttering. So in order to improve the string efficiency, or in other words, reduce the non-uniformity of the voltage distribution around the suspension type insulators, efforts should be made to have high value of M. If we can choose the value of M, then the potential is uniform. Again, M is the ratio between the capacitance of each unit to the shunt capacitance. So either the value of unit capacitance are to be increased or the value of shunt capacitance are to be decreased. Now by longer crosser, to get higher string efficiency or less uniformity of voltage distribution, each capacitance can be reduced by using longer crosser. In that case, the distance between insulators and tower body increases, leading the less earth capacitance, but this make the tower body costly. So that is the drawback of this system. Now, by using guard ring, the potential across each unit of the string can be equalized by using a guard ring, which is a metal ring electrically connected to the conductor and surrounding the bottom insulators, and the figure of the guard ring is like that. So these are the cross arm and these are the same tower, and these are the mutual capacitance C, and the C1 C2 are the ground capacitance, and the current passing through the this is denoted by I, and that is the ring, and this is the ring which is connected with the metal conductor directly. Now, the guard ring is introduced capacitance between the metal fitting and the line conductors. This ring is connected to in such a way that the shunt capacitance, that is I1, I2, are equal to the metal fitting line capacitance. Line capacitance currents are I1 dash, I2 dash. That is I1 dash and that is I2 dash, etc. And the result is that same charging current I flow through the unit of the string. Consequently, there will be the uniform potential distribution across the unit. So actually, this current is the value of current is I, but the current flowing through the insulator is I, which is the portion of I1, I2.